evening, everyone. I'm going to discuss the topic all about the meaning and importance of tourism and hospitality. So first, we have the topic all about the relationship between tourism and hospitality. So what is the relationship between tourism and hospitality? The tourism and hospitality industries are closely interrelated and significantly influence each other. Many association and industries leaders view these industries as a unified sector known as the tourism hospitality industry. This industry encompasses a variety of services experience that cater to traveler and guests. These industries encompasses a variety of services and experience that cater to traveler and guests. The components of the tourism and hospitality industries form a complex and interconnected network that enhance customer satisfaction and economic development. The tourism and hospitality industries consist of four primary components. The first one is food and beverage services. These segments include businesses that provide meals, snacks, and beverage to tourists and local patrons. It encompasses restaurant, cafe, bars, catering services, and other dining establishments. Food and beverage services are essential for both leisure travelers and businesses tourists, contributing to the overall visitor experience. The second one is lodging services. Lodging services provide accommodation for travelers ranging from budget-friendly hostels to luxury hotels and resorts. These components also include vacation rentals, bed and breakfast, and other temporary lodging options. The next one is recreation services. Recreation services offer entertainment and leisure activities to tourists. These components include theme parks, cultural attractions, museum and facilities, and adventure tourism. Recreational experience often motivate people to travel and play a significant role in tourism development. Travel-related tourism services. These segments encompasses transportation and other services that facilitate travels. It includes airline, cruise line, car rentals, and tour operators, travel agencies, and travel technology platforms. These services help tourists reach their destination and navigate different regions. Next is food and beverage. The food and beverage component. The public looks for food and beverage services everywhere in hotels, motels, airlines, airports, cruise ships, trains, shopping malls. There must be food service available to them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. There are commercial restaurants that provide food and beverage services, such as fast services restaurants, ethnic restaurants, and specialty restaurants. Aside from restaurants, taverns, bars, kiosks, vending machine, supermarket, food stall, food carts, and food trucks now offer food and beverage services. The food and beverage components, it includes the hotel and motels. It offers meals for guests ranging from simple breakfast services to fine dining options. In airlines and airports, provide in-flight meals and snacks, and airport food courts offer quick meals for travelers. Cruise ships and trains serve diverse meals and snacks for passengers during long journeys. Commercial restaurants serve customers meals in various settings such as fast food, ethnic cuisines, or specialty menus. Taverns and bars focus on beverage, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, with some offering light snacks or meals. Kiosks and vending machines offer quick, often pre-packaged snacks and beverage in convenient locations. Supermarket and food trucks sell food and beverage either for consumption at home or on the go. Food stalls and carts typically offer local or street food, providing quick meals in outdoor settings. Theme parks and educational institutions serve food to visitors, students, or staff, catering to specific needs and preferences. That's all. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Janars Dimala, and I'll be tackling the lodging components. What is lodging components? This is type of accommodation that provides overnight sleep and long-term services for guests. Pagtapos nila mag-travel sa umaga, dito sila natutulog or sa mga hotel. At Maraming tawag sa mga hotel. Meron tayo dito inns, lodge, or motor inns. Ito yung mga type ng hotel or motor hotels. And may iba naman na gumagamit ng ibang term like bed and breakfast, resort hotel, resort condominium. Ito yung mga ginagamit nila talaga yung mga terms na to kasi dun sila nakabase katulad ng bed and breakfast. Ila yung kanilang ino-offer. Tulugan, then breakfast. Wala siyang lunch or dinner. Saka ang lodging components din is nagbibigay din ng recreational activities like board games, ganyan-ganyan. Next, the entertainment and recreational components. Ito yung mga activities na nagbibigay ng entertainment sa mga guests like board games, playing darts, or telling stories. Kaya minsan mapapansin nyo sa mga accommodation, may mga board games sila dun sa gilid lang ng front desk na pwede nilang hiramin pag bored sila, or mas madalas natin makita yung mga darts, kung naman yung darts. And kung sa malalaking accommodation, mas nakikita nyo mga indoor like badminton, tennis, minsan may golf pa pag malaki na talaga yung accommodation nila. Ito yung nagbibigay ng mga kaaliwan sa mga foreigner kasi minsan dito pag di sila nakalabas nabuboring sila, diba? Kaya ito na yung bigay sagot sa kanyang kaburingan. And last, the travel and tourism component. If makikita nyo sa slide, may term na umbrella dyan. Ang tutukoy dyan is sakop na kasi lahat. Siya na yung panagbibigay ng silong sa mga tourist like accommodation, nasa kanya lahat, diba? Meron dyan yung bed, tutulugan mo, sa kakain, mga recreational activities. And also, provide din dito yung mga transportation. Katulad na lang dito, main purpose niya is provide transportation para smooth yung flow or smooth yung pag-travel nila. Yan talaga. Saka mga dyan sa isa pang slide, dito ko naman yung travel agent. What is travel agent? Travel agent is the one who sells the tour package, yung buo na siya mismo. Kaya may mga nakaset na siya. Halimbawa, kung foreigner ka, pupunta ka din sa Pilipinas para magbakasyon, or dito sa Coron para before specific. May makita ka mga travel agencies, diba? May offer sila sa'yo na include na rin yung plane ticket, van, sasakyan mo punta sa tutulugan mo, pati yung mga activities, yung mga travels, kaya kasama siya rin lahat-lahat. Or kung dito ka naman sa Coron, minsan kung maglalakad ka, kita mo naman yung mga in-offer nila na pang isang araw, katulad ng Kayangan Lake, Barracuda Lake, and Twin Lagoon. Makita nyo sa isang araw doon. Package na rin siya. Type na rin siya ng package tour. Mga isang araw lang. But hindi makasama din yung overnight stay and tutulugan. Next, the tour operator. Ito naman yung nag-handle. Siya yung may contact sa hotel, airlines, and sa mga iba pang kailangan sa mga banda niyan. Bali siya na yung nag-handle and nag-aayos nun. And makita nyo dyan na minsan nag-offer siya ng mga tour na magkakasama. Yung group tour, mas madaling paano siya. Ito yung tour na hindi kayo magkakasama o hindi kayo magkakilala pero magkasama-sama sa isang tour.
At tourism. Ang tourism daw ay mahirap ipaliwanag dahil marami itong aspeto. Ang unang nagsubok magbigay ng definisyon ng tourism ay sila Professor Hunziker and Kraft from Bern University in Switzerland. Ang tourism daw ay pansamantalang pagbiyahe ng mga tao sa mga lugar na malayo sa kanilang tinitirhan at pinagtatrabahuan. In conclusion, ang tourism daw ay ang pansamantalang pagbiyahe ng mga tao sa ibang bansa o lugar para maglibang, mag-relax o magpalipas ng oras. Definition of hospitality. The word hospitality comes from the Latin word hospitare, means tanggapin bilang bisita, ay ang magbigay ng tulong o pangangalaga sa isang bisita. Kasama na dito ang pagbigay ng pagkain, inumin, o matutuluyan kapag wala sila sa kanilang sariling bahay. 1937, the League of Nations defined a tourist as someone na bumisita o pumupunta sa ibang bansa for at least 24 hours. Ang mga activities dito ay ang pag-travel ng mga tao upang magbakasyon o magnegosyo o maikling pagbisita lamang. 1963, ang UN Conference on International Travel and Tourism ay nagbigay ng bagong kahulugan ng visitor bilang isang bisita sa isang bansa na hindi kumikita ng pera. Divided visitors into two types, tourist and excursionist. Ang tourist daw ay ang pag-stay ng mga tao at least 24 hours para magbakasyon, business, family, mission o meeting man. Ang excursionist naman daw ay ang pag-stay ng mga tao less than 24 hours katulad ng mga...
Good evening, sir. I'm Rady Anisha El Daito from Vegas Agent Block 1 and I will be reporting about the elements of travel. Sa elements of travel, may 4 basic tayong elements na tatandaan. Una, distance, then length of stay at the destination, residence of the traveler, and purpose of travel. So, distance. So, what is distance? Ito po yung distansya kung saan ang place ng resident or permanent resident ng isang traveler at ang kanyang destination na pupuntahan temporarily lang. So, yun po yung distansya. Yung kilometro na distansya between sa dalawang lugar na yun. The next, length of the stay at the destination. Dito na masasabi kung gaano siya katagal magsistay sa temporary na pinagtutulayan niya. Like for example, ang isang foreigner pumunta dito sa Pilipinas, nagstay siya sa Coron. Ngayon, magdidesisyon siya kung hanggang kailan siya mag-stay. Like 1 month, 2 months, ganon. Pero never siyang magiging permanent. Then next is the residence of the traveler. Ang residence of the traveler naman, ito yung pagtutulayan niya. Either hotel, inn, motor hotel, or sa mga friends man lang niya, or family from that place. Then, next, purpose of travel. Sa purpose of travel, may iba't iba tayong mga purpose or yung rason. Ang purpose of travel, ito yung mga rason ng isang tao para pumunta dun sa isang place na yon. It can be visiting friends and relatives, conventions, business, outdoor recreation, entertainment, personal, and others. So, sa outdoor recreation, either hunting, fishing, boating, camping. Sa entertainment naman, sightseeing, theater, sports. Sa personal naman, family, medical, funeral, wedding, and many others. Next, the nature tour. Sa nature tour, meron tayong dalawa, domestic and international tourism. Sa domestic tourism, dito matatawag kung ang isang traveler ay nakadestino sa isang bansa na yun at nagtatravel lang siya doon sa bansa na yun. Like, inside the country lang ang pag-travel niya, hindi siya internationally. Then, international tourism, kabaligtaran siya ng domestic tourism. Ang isang tao lalabas ng kanyang bansa upang pumunta sa ibang bansa para mag-stay doon temporary. Yan ang international tourism. Yan ang pag-ina-implement nila. Ang domestic tourism, ito yung pag-travel sa mismong bansa or na kinatitirahan. At ang international tourism naman ay ang pag-travel sa ibang bansa. Then next, package tour. Package tour, sometimes called inclusive tour, is an arrangement in which transport and accommodation is bought by the tourist at an all-inclusive price, and the price of the individual elements cannot be determined by the tourist. So, ang package tour daw po, minamention dito, ang isang tourist or traveler ay bibili siya ng package tour which is naka-include na doon yung transport and accommodation niya. So, either yung hotel ang magpo-provide ng transportation like from mismong airport, ganon. Then, sila yung mag-provide ng transport para pumunta doon sa kanilang accommodation. Then, ang tour operator naman, ito yung nag-organize ng package tour. So, siya yung nag-purchase ng transport and hotel accommodation in advance. Tapos, i-organize niya yun and ibibenta niya sa ibang tao. Kumbaga, ito yung parang tinatawag nating middleman, like between the traveler and the owners, or yung matatawag natin na consumer, seller-consumer. Yes. Siya yung middleman ng seller at consumer. Then, an independent tour is an arrangement in which the tourist buys its facilities separately. Ang independent tour naman po, pwede yung tourist na pumili kung either siya ba mismo ang kukuha ng kanyang sariling transport, like siya yung mismo magkukontak, ganon. Then, iba rin naman yung babayaran niya doon sa kanyang accommodation or yung hotel na pagsistayan. Next. Tourist purchasing package tours may do so on the basis of either individual or group level. An independent inclusive tour is one in which the tourist travels to his or her destinations individually. Ang independent inclusive tour naman, kung saan ang isang tao ay mag-isa lang siya na pumunta sa destination niya at yun nga, mag-isa lang, walang kasama. Then, dito naman po, meron tayong group inclusive tour. He or she travels in a company of other tourists. So, ito daw po ang isang tourist ay may kasama siyang ibang tao, mga strangers, and ginroup sila para mag-travel magkasama. So, pwede nating ma-determine mga terms na to through abbreviations like IIT for Independent Inclusive Tour and GIT to Group Inclusive Tour. Then, we will be going on to the tourist product. The tourist product consists of what the tourist buys. In a wider sense, the tourist product is a combination of what the tourist does at the destination and the service he or she uses during his or her stay. Tourist product daw po, it talks about sa mga products na gagamitin ng isang tourist kapag magta-travel siya. Then, ang first characteristic ito is the tourist product is that it is a service. It is an intangible item. It cannot be inspected by prospective purchasers before they buy as they can with a washing machine, a stereo, or other consumer goods. So, ang first characteristic daw po ng isang tourist product is service. So, yung service, hindi mo naman siya marabate sa performance niya as a material thing. So, yung service, ma-determine mo lang siya yung kanyang quality through an act, not as thing itself like washing machine and stereo. Then the second characteristic is that the tourist product is largely psychological in its attraction. So, largely psychological daw po. Like, it's more than a collection of services such as an aircraft seat and a hotel room. So, like, yung second characteristic daw ng tourist product is there is a psychological or yung feelings natin about dun sa product na yun. Kasi nga daw po, ang tourist product is a service. So, syempre, yung sa service na yun, kung anong mararamdaman natin dun, yun yung masasabi natin quality ng service na yun. And another characteristic niya is that the product tends to vary in standard and quality over time, unlike the production of a television. Sinasabi nga po dito, ang tourist products and service to, pwede siya magbago over time kasi nga, depende siya sa either sa management ng isang facility or ito ay sa isang establishment. Ganon. And still, another characteristic is that the supply of product is fixed. The number of hotel rooms available at particular short cannot be changed to meet the changing demands of tourists particularly. So, ang sinasabi ko ito, characteristic niya is the product is fixed. Like yung accommodation ng isang hotel. Halimbawa po, sa isang hotel, may 22 rooms siya. So, dahil ganun nga po na 22 rooms at lalong dumadami, halimbawa po, dumadami ang mga tourists na pupunta sa lugar na yon, hindi nila basta-basta mababago ang mga accommodations na yon. Why? Kasi unang-una, infrastructure, magastos yun. Then, yun nga po, hindi naman nila kailangan na palaging mag-adjust sa mga needs ng customers. Especially if hindi siya attainable in a short period of time. Thanks.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, classmates. Mabuhay. My name is Maris Lydia, Best HM2 Block 1. This is my report about the tourist destination. tourist destination is a geographical unit where the tourist visit and stays. So, ang tourist destination po ay ito po yung mga lugar kung saan po pumupunta ang mga tourist and doon kung saan po sila tumutuloy. Katulad na lang po ng village, town, city, district, region, island, country, or continent. So doon po pumupunta ang mga tourists. So, and yun din po ang ibig sabihin po ng tourist destination, kung saan po ang mga different people around the world ay pumupunta po sa mga lugar kung saan po hindi pa po sila nakakapunta. The success of tourist destination depends upon the interrelationship of three basic factors. First, so that is a trip. Yan po yung tatlong factors po na isa rin po sa nagiging dahilan para po masatisfy yung ating mga turista, lalo na po dito sa Pilipinas. So, kinakailangan po yan ma-improve and mabigyan ng halaga ng ating bansa. Lalo na po sa panahon po natin ngayon na dinadayo po tayo ng iba't ibang tao po, ng different people around the world, na kung saan po ang bansa po natin ay isa rin po sa tourist destination, kung saan po maraming attraction na makikita dito sa atin.
Good afternoon everyone, I'm Anami Bidilapenya. So, ang aking i-report is all about tourist services. Ano nga ba ang tourist services? Ang tourist services ay mga serbisyo at aktibidad na ibinibigay sa mga turista upang mas maging enjoyable yung kanilang vacations. Isa na rito is yung transportation. Example ng transportation is van, bangka, yan, isa yung mga ano, or aeroplano, ganyan. Isa, syempre, kailangan nila bago sila makarating sa pupuntahan nila. Pangalawa is accommodation. Syempre, isa rin yan sa pinaka-importante pag mag-vacations ka. Kailangan meron kang tutuluyan or matutuluyan para nag-vacations ka para mas ma-enjoy mo yung iyong vacation. So, yun lang po. Thank you.
Good day, sir. So, sa pangatlong part po ng tourism services ay may tinatawag na tour operators at travel agent. Yung travel agents po, sila yung distributor or tagapamagitan. Sila ang nagbebenta ng mga travel packages na ginawa ng tour operators para sa mga turista. While yung tour operators naman, sila yung manufacturer ng travel services. Sila yung nag-aayos ng transportation, ng tirahan, ng tours at ng iba pang activities para makabuo sila ng holiday package. So, for example po, yung isang tour operators is pwede siyang bumuo ng Boracay tour package, which is involve yung island hopping, pagkain, and hotel. So, pag nabuo nila yung package na yun, pwede nilang ibigay doon sa travel agent at yung travel agent naman yung magbebenta or mag-aalok sa mga turista or sa mga customer. So, maliban po doon, maliban sa mga transportation, sa mga tirahan, is mahalaga din sa services yung pagpapalit ng pera, currency, documentation, information, yung pamamasyal or yung pamimili ng mga turista. And lahat po ng yun is mahalaga siya sa tourism services para mas madali or para mas gawing maganda yung experience ng mga turista.
Tourism and hospitality has special characteristics which make it different from other industries. Kung tourism and hospitality ay nagtanging katangian na papaiba sa kanila sa ibang industriya. In tourism and hospitality, the product is not brought to the consumer, rather the consumer has to travel and go to the product to purchase it. In other industries, an item manufactured in a factory is brought to the wholesaler and retailer and ultimately to the consumer. Ito yung produkto ay hindi dinadala sa consumer. Ang consumer ay pupunta sa produkto. Iba ito sa ibang lugar, iba ito sa ibang industriya na kung saan ang produkto ay dinadala sa mga tindahan. Halimbawa, sapatos. Ang sapatos ay dinadala sa mga tindahan. Sa turismo, ang mga turista ang pupunta sa destination o mga produkto para makaranas nito. The products of tourism and hospitality are not used up, thus they do not exhaust the country's natural resources. The products of other industries have a limited life, and at the end of it are either junk or replaced with new ones. Ito yung produkto na hindi nauubos, hindi tulad ng ibang produktong gawa sa pabrika na naubos o nasisira agad. Sa turismo, ang mga karanasan ng mga turista ay hindi nauubos. Halimbawa, ang ganda ng Boracay ay nandyan pa rin kahit na paulit-ulit itong pinapuntahan ng mga turista. Tourism and hospitality is labor-intensive industry. It requires more manpower than other industries. Ito yung nangailangan ng maraming manggagawa kumpara sa ibang industriya. Halimbawa, mas maraming employee yung airline, hotel, resort kumpara sa pabrika ng mga sapatos. Tourism and hospitality is people-oriented. It is primary concern with people. One of the most important motivation of tourists is to meet other people and see how other people live. Ito yung nakatuon sa mga tao. Isa ito sa pangunahing dahilan kung bakit nagta-travel yung mga turista. Halimbawa, pagpakilala sa mga lokal o pagpapatikim sa mga pagkain at taking hook sa mga lokal na aktibidad o lokal na kaganapan. Tourism and hospitality is a multidimensional phenomenon. It is dependent on many and varied activities which are separate but interdependent. Ito yung maraming aspeto ng isang turismo at pagpapahintulan at nagkakaugnayan. Halimbawa, kasama rito yung transportation, accommodation, pagkain, entertainment, at mga aktibidad. The tourism and hospitality industry is seasonal. During vacation seasons, millions of tourists travel, which result in increased revenues for several tourism agencies. But when vacation are over, the companies experience in big decline and in dollars earned. Mayroong mataas at mababang panahon sa industriya. Halimbawa, tuwing rainy season, konti lang yung mga turista na pumupunta. Tapos pag tag-araw naman ay maraming mga turista ang pupunta. The industry is dynamic. It's characterized by the changing ideas and attitudes of customers, and therefore must be always prepared and willing to adjust to these changes. Ito yung palaging nagbabago ang industriya dahil sa pagbabago ng panlasa at kagustuhan ng mga turista.
Magandang araw, mabuhay. My name is Simon Yakyatan. My report is all about the importance of tourism and hospitality. Number one is important is tourism and hospitality contribute to a country's balance of payment by bringing in foreign currency through international visitors. This helps reduce trade deficits by offsetting the money spent on imports. Countries like Spain, Mexico, and Thailand have benefited from tourist revenue, which strengthens their economies and improves financial stability. For example, imagine a tourist from the US visit Thailand and spend money on hotel, food, and souvenirs. The US dollars they exchange for Thai baht bring foreign currency into Thailand, helping the country earn more than it spends on imports. This improves Thailand's balance of payment and reduces its traits deficits. Number 2. International tourism and hospitality helps distribute wealth by bringing money from richer country to poorer one. When tourists spend in hotel, food, and activities, they create jobs by boost local economies, helping reduce the economy gap between nations. For example, a tourist from Germany visit Cambodia and spend money on hotel, restaurant, and local tours. This money support local businesses, create jobs, and helps improves the economy, allowing Cambodia to develop and reduce poverty. Number 3 is tourist spend boost various industries beyond hospitality, such as transportation, agriculture, and retail. This stimulates economic growth, create jobs, and encouraging infrastructure economies. Infrastructure development benefiting the overall economy. For example, is when tourists visit Italy, they not only spend on hotels and restaurants, but also buy local products like wine, cheese, and souvenirs. They support farmer, artisans, and shop owner, helping different industry grow and boosting the economy. Number 4 important is tourism and hospitality create many jobs in hotel, restaurants, transportation, and entertainment. In countries with high unemployment like the Philippines, this industry provides work opportunities, helping people earn a living and reducing joblessness. For example, in the Philippines, a new beach resort opens and hire local workers such as hotel staff, tour guide, chef, and drivers. This provides jobs for many people who might otherwise struggle to find work, improving their livelihoods. Number 5 importance is tourism fosters cultural exchange between visitor and local, influencing tradition, behavior, and perspective on both sides. Local may adopt new ideas or customs, while tourists gain a deeper understanding of different cultures, often changing their views and habits when they returning home. For example, a tourist from the US visit Japan and experiences local customs like bowing and removing shoes before entering a home. When they returning home, they start practicing these habits, while local may also learn new ideas from the tourist, creating a cultural exchange. Number 6 importance is tourism and hospitality promotes cultural appreciation and understanding by encouraging people to share and respect different traditions. It helps preserve historical sites, arts, and customs as governments and local communities see value in maintaining their heritage for visitors. This fosters mutual respect and global cultural enrichment. For example, when tourists visit Egypt to see the pyramids, the government invests in preserving these ancient structures. Local communities also continue traditional crafts, music, and storytelling to share their heritage, keeping their culture alive while educating visitors. Number seven, what do you call that? Number 7, importance is tourism and hospitality supports education by facilitating international conferences, seminars, and study trips. These events allow people to exchange ideas, solve problems, and gain new knowledge, helping improve skills and advance the industries globally. For example, a hotel manager from Thailand attended a tourism conference in France, where experts share new trends in sustainable hospitality. The manager learns eco-friendly practices and applies them in their hotel, improving operation and benefiting the environment. Last importance is tourism and hospitality promotes peace by bringing people from different backgrounds together, helping them understanding and appreciate each other's cultures. This reduces prejudice, builds friendship, and foster mutual respect, contributing to global harmony and cooperation. For example, is a traveler from the US visit Morocco and stay with a local family through a cultural exchange program. They share meals, learn about each other's tradition, and form a friendship. That's all.